I know this is gonna sound really like, look, I love Bala, dude. Let's read his post. Fuck it. He started doing this shit full time, so let's see what he's doing now. Just for the content, let's read this. Improving the quality of practice in NA. A case for open practice cord modeled after Atlanta's Kinsey bot solution. This is a post about the current East practice court situation. Some might call the pro court, where the goal is to have high quality practice for and with the highest tier of competition. There are other issues such as West players, etc. that I do not touch on, but I believe West Discords such as Westworld could apply the same concept. Improving the quality of practice in NA. 1. Bricking constant requeuing. This is obviously bad. Only max of 40 people are getting a good lobby ever, then another 80 are getting mediocre lobbies, and the rest are just bricking. This is awful. We need more people playing always to fix this. People get demotivated, stop playing as well as they could, stop playing altogether. Big streamers don't play because it's awful for their streams to sit there leaving lobbies over and over. I mean, yes. I think I know where I'm gonna go with this conversation already. Like, personally, I'm of the belief that Discords, we just need to stop. Like, altogether. Let's see what else he has to say, though.
Well, we can't right now, because there's no other way to practice.
Yeah, but this practice gives you no money.
Well, Pop-Up Cup gives you no money, too, but...
Well, Pop-Up Cup does give you money, because you did Pop-Up Cup, and then the Winter Royale was like it.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely true. 100%. I mean, the game was different with the sword and everything, but the pop-up cups were at least somewhat close to what you were getting. Gatekeeping. People don't know how to get in, how to achieve it, what they're even trying to do. We have an artificial barrier between us and the rest of the community. The gate is clearly not open enough to have enough influx of players to replace the players who are leaving or just not playing, which leads to issue number 1. So, Battle Royale game. Okay, before I just start shitting on Discords, I will say this. Anybody that wants to make a Discord server in the future for a pro scene or whatever for practice, you guys are fucking kidding yourselves if you keep kicking out people that are like, that have proven in some, well, that and like, remember how big of a pain in the ass it was to get you in the Discord?
Jesus Christ.
So I'll give you an example of Colin, okay, for people that haven't followed Colin's backstory.
And I made Summer Skirmish.
Yeah, so Colin makes Summer Skirmish through, what was it? It was the one, it was like a...
The only fucking, the first,
It wasn't the first one, it was the second one. Because the first one was just a camp fest, right? The second one, you could get points for kills. So Colin qualifies to the Summer Skirmish through that, right? And he goes, and what you get, like top 30, 50? Well, I don't fucking know.
35.
You were like 35th, right? So he gets 35th. So he self-qualifies himself in, which is hard. And then doesn't embarrass himself. Didn't like, I mean, even if he did, even if he placed 100th, like it doesn't fucking matter. The fact is, right there, he's proven that he's good enough to play with, I'm air quoting, and I'm air quoting for myself, pro players. Right? Like,
yes.
So we had such an issue. I didn't even play
scrims too. Like,
yeah, we had exactly. So that was an example of somebody who didn't play scrims, who would like to have scrimmed, but constantly kept getting shit on by this like clicky weird shit. Now, originally, I don't know what it is about this scene with the Discord stuff, but I think it's a combination of two things, one being like a bigger factor. As an older guy, has seen a lot of different communities and things, there's obviously like a fucking clique of like dudes that just get hard off the idea of them being in power somehow. And I think that was the main reason. I don't think a lot of these players were smart enough or thinking far enough ahead to be like, no, we're gonna keep people out so that we can stay better than everybody. I don't think, maybe some, but I think the majority were just like, I don't want people in here that, you know, that aren't as cool as me. Because then it's gonna basically make my position less cool. When in reality, if you looked back, if you embrace playing with more people more often, you tend to have better results in this tournament. It's a fucking fact that for me and for Colin and for people like Nistic, it's a fucking fact that people that have just kind of like grinded and worked hard and not really got hung up on the whole scrim thing, it's a fact that you can hang, because the tournaments are not aligned with the Discords right now. The Discords are just some weird thing where, yes, if you practice and you focus on it and you've been practicing and focus on it, yes, it can help you, but by and large, you don't need it. So when you start thinking about like the discords themselves, you need to get more players in there constantly. So I would agree with this. Like, it's crazy to me that the people are still like, it's so simple. You guys want a metric of how you could be like in discords? Literally just in a professional way, explain the guy who's running the Discord. All you have to do is say, send me a resume of why you should be in here. That's it. Like, what are your accomplishments in this game? How are you working hard in this game? Did you place in a tournament? Have you been competing in tournaments? Can you prove it? Can you, don't, like, the stats and shit don't mean anything. Are you actively going to compete and to win and to put yourself out there versus people that are good? If you're doing that and you can showcase that in some way or another, then you're in right away. Qualify for any of these Fortnite events, you're in, no question. Do well at any tournament, like show up to a tournament and like grind your ass off to get there and to be a part of that experience, you're in. Like, that's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, I just think the way that they do it, they just keep trying to keep people out and it doesn't help. So the next thing he says, bots, W keying, and storm fighting. A significant portion of practice cords is frustrated because of people ruining the possibility for endgame for people. This is only exacerbated issue because number one, because the worse the lobbies, the more bots who don't actually realize competitive. We have to remember that when we have 40 duos, there's still teams out there ready to ruin anybody's day with a plane. Even more worse lobbies, situation is worse playing solos. An open Discord with possible leaderboards exactly as Landis was running it prior to their tournament. This open Discord would have the possibility of closed snipes thanks to Kinsey bot, which allows for private snipe lobbies. You can check out the system in the Atlantis Discord and on their website. With this, we have the option to pull a certain percentage of the best performers for the closed practice scrims with all the current practice cord and also downgrade the worst performers from the closed snipes. This means we can constantly be running closed snipes during peak hours and have a solution for off-peak hours where people are grinding their hearts out to reach closed snipes. Closed snipes should not be 200 people. There should be a number to target that is an ideal sniping number where everybody will get good lobbies. I bet this is closer to 12K, but I'm sure Kinsey and Team Atlantis will be able to help us find out what the number. Now, I don't know what he's talking about with like private lobbies. I have no fucking idea.
It's the EU thing. I don't know either. But I think EU, they're open to everyone or something. I really don't know.
I don't know what this is. Yeah.
I just think he wants NA to be more like EU, right? What he's saying.
Yeah, but I don't understand how they're getting closed scrims.
Let's just read it again. I'm gonna just open, okay.
Private snipe lobbies. Oh, it's still snipes though. It's not custom games or anything. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I saw it wrong.
The Discord has a better bot. Got it.
Dude, I'm just gonna make a bot that's better than everybody. Like, what the fuck?
Easily, based on what I see in all current Discords and what EU is pulling on a daily basis. No more breaking, no more gatekeeping. More percent of people actually want to play competitively. Incentive to play in form of leaderboards and closed snipe access. All those inactives everybody's so crazy about kicking, guess what? They will fall out of the closed snipes for poor performance because they can't keep up. When they come back, they can fight their way back in. We even have a list of permanent closed snipe members who have already earned the right and give people the possibility to earn that right by performing well. Even more incentive. We also treat closed snipes like tournaments. We can actually run them for money and basically be a showdown event. Custom tournament, always filling lobbies. People get the best scores, certain time, win the money.
So there's pretty much a ranking? Is that what he's saying? You gotta rank up to get into the close snipe or some shit?
I love Bala and I love the dreamer thought behind this, but this is never gonna take off. This is never going.
But not here.
But it's.
I understand. It's a lot of work for no reason because Epic's just stupid. And once Epic release something, it's all.
Well, it's two issues. Prize pools will never be anything close to what Epic is throwing out, and the practice will never be close to anything that Epic's throwing out. When Epic decides.
No, that's very, very true.
I'm not trying to shit on him. Like, I agree. Like, there should be ways. But this is all just, like, theory craft that goes right out the fucking door and right out the window when Epic goes, hey, tournament, and there's a fucking giant monster truck in the middle of the map that only one person can drive. Like, you guys feel me on this, right? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, The minute that they run a tournament, all this other practice is pointless.
Like, a lot of people don't play scrims too. Like, for real. A lot of people don't play scrims.
No, I don't.
And when they release a fucking tournament, it's gonna be so fucking sweaty. You already know.
Yeah, and it's matter. Like, it's the scrims, and no offense, like, there are so many people that obviously it's paid off. Like, 72 Hours has been fucking grinding forever. And all these guys, like, have been grinding forever and can show up in these tournaments. But
I played the pop-up cup, but the scrims in normal queue sniping, it's AIDS.
Yeah, but, and again, I'm using 72 Hours in the same example because he's an awesome player and he's one of the guys that has performed across the other types of formats. But think about how many players that got used to the scrim format and then they go out to packs and the game plays completely different. They go out to fucking Winter Royale shit and the game plays completely fucking differently. Those scrims do not make you... They don't. They set you up to be in a clique of people that are good, but they don't actually help you in the way that you think they do. They can help a little bit with late game and learning, like, okay, how do I navigate this late game and, like, what can I expect? But mostly
it's not even close to the late game.
No.
Fucking anything.
No, Winter Royale, for example, the qualifiers of Winter Royale was always like 20 people being super fucking sweaty at a minimum. And the Winter Royale qualifiers. And the Winter Royale finals... And
people pushing you for no reason.
Yeah, and the Winter Royale finals, there were 60 people in a small fucking space. Both experiences are unique to the qualifier and to the final itself. You can practice and train left, right, and center for a late game, but all that time waiting in Discords, waiting for this, waiting for that... If you don't make it to late game, you're really not getting any practice anyways. The only reason you practice is for late game, but even that late game isn't going to even be as crowded as what
And you need to get into the fucking game first of all, because if you fail the Q snipe, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait 30 minutes. You die early, you wait 30 minutes. Like,
now,
please.
I'm not trying to be that guy that's just like, don't practice, because, like, for example, Nistic, somebody who placed really well recently at the Winter Royale finals, he's like, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna fucking scrim and practice wherever I can because I want to be ready for the next thing, and that's good.
I don't think it really helped him, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily. Like, I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not gonna tell him he's wrong, and I'm not gonna, you know. Yeah. But I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I don't really think it's required. I think it's one of those things where if they announce a tournament and they say this is how we're gonna do it, then you hone in on that and practice. Because otherwise, this shit, like all this extra shit that we're trying to do, the prize pools are never going to be that significant, and you're only really learning a format that's probably going to be thrown out the window when Epic gets their hands on it, so.
But I still understand them, though. Some people want to practice, even though there's nothing, you know, you just want to play against better players, because we saw it. Our last 2 games were so boring, there was no challenge at all. So I can see. I'm gonna
have my editor clip this little talk because I think it's interesting. And if this makes it to YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure to comment that Hardy is dumb.
Actually, I don't consent using
Hardy is dumb.
My clips.
Comment that Hardy is dumb. Clip it, comment it, post it. Yeah. All right.
I do not consent, so sorry, man. Bye.